that's why I'm here. As a matter of fact, my background is energy, but since my connection is with the film industry, that's the reason I'm in the media panel. And I have watched media very closely, being passionate student of media and entertainment. Let me say that how the media has moved from a very, very controlled organization to a decontrolled organization. Today we see the dissemination of information is so wide. As Mr. Rakesh Kumar had mentioned, there are multiple channels, about 900 channels, 600 channels. Yeah, 900 channels. So, and this journey has happened in a very short span of time. We had a time when lot of us had seen Doordarshan, which was a very limited channel. There was a time when there was a bipolar world. Russia, China, they had a very restricted press, whereas in America you had a freedom of expression. So the world is also moving now to Twitter, to different social medias, Facebook, WhatsApp. So the media has become a revolution, as a matter of fact. And with the digital penetration in India, like you had 115 million smartphones, which is likely to go to 400 plus million smartphones in India. You can imagine the kind of digital penetration which is going to happen. And World Bank is also working, United Nations is working on bridging the gap between in the digital divide world. So India is on the focus. As a matter of fact, India is one of the most vibrant media country in the world, with the kind of channels, newspapers. So you will see a lot of things are going to change. Media and entertainment, film especially, and the channels, they are immune to recession or inflation. You will never see like kind of multi-screens happening. So media is going to rule the psyche and the minds of the people in India. It is going to influence enormously, especially the young generation. We have 65% young people in this country. So the kind of impression it is going to generate, it has to have a certain kind of a sanity. Now the problem with the sanity is that the moment you try to bring sanity into the freedom of speech, now freedom of speech is guaranteed by Indian Constitution under Article 19(1) and with the reasonable restriction which have been framed in Article 19(2). Now there is no clarity. The courts have been interpreting what is the reasonable restrictions. Like Mr. Rakesh Kumar just asked me to talk about Kumar Rakesh, sorry. That's a very literary expression of a good name. And yeah, this is your name, yes. Normally people put other way around. My apologies to you. So Kumar Rakesh ji asked me a very interesting question about the latest controversy on the kissing scene in a movie called Spectre by Daniel Craig, who is the James Bond for this movie, the fourth time he is the James Bond. Now the controversy happened between Prahlad Nalani, who is the chairman of the censor board. Actually, it's no more a censor board. It is called a film certification. It used to be called censor board, but it has been subsequently changed to film certification. So, which was covered under Cinematograph Act. Now, he has been brought under tremendous fire by the people that who is he, why he is trying to control a film, and what is the ethics involved in restricting to 20 seconds kiss scene. When you were asked this question, he said, I have not seen the movie, but this was advised by the panel of advisors, and as a result, I have certified this film as a UA. UA means that child can go and watch the movie provided his parents permit to gives the consent for the child to go and watch the movie. A lot of people have a very different opinion why the censor board is getting so restrictive. I certainly understand it has a lot of subjective elements into it, but India is India. India has too many challenges. You have challenges of a cultural preservation. What is our cultural heritage? What is our digital freedom? What kind of freedom of expression we need to enjoy? There are certain guidelines which have been given. Now they are subject to subjective interpretation. But my understanding, Mr. Kumar Rakesh, is that when you go for the certification, that is the time the producer asks, do you want to retain this scene or you want this scene to be edited? Now, if the producer says, I want to retain the scene and I don't care what kind of impact it is going to have on the media, on the society at large, so he'll be given a different certification. He'll be given adult certification. I'm okay to dilute the scene. So you can change the classification. So the point is, it is a producer's consent that I want it to be universally viewed. So I'm ready to take a different kind of rating because he wants more audience to come, he wants youngsters to come, he wants adults to come, he doesn't want movie to be restricted to adults. As a result, he loses the revenue. So there is a sanity of argument there. But again, the argument happens when the internet is accessible to the entire world and you can see porn, you can see soft porn. So what kind of sanity you are talking about? So these are the kind of challenges which I think media industry is going to face. Now when it comes to the argument, it's my argument, can you use unparliamentary word on the television channel? You cannot. And there are certain restrictions, you can't run the soft porn. There are movies which are absolutely censored on the television also, which are like foreign films or Indian films. You will certainly see they're blocked, those scenes are blocked. So there is a censorship needed. To what extent the censorship is needed, I think that's a point of deliberation here. Whether we should be moving for absolutely open or we should be restrictive considering our national ethos, culture, the restrictions, the impact on the society as a whole, the kind of destination and journey India wants to proceed ahead. Mr. Kumar Rakesh said that we are spending so much of time on these kinds of WhatsApp, so it is taking away the national health of the in our country. Most of the time you will see it is addiction. The youngsters, not including me, I'm not against it. I'm glued to my telephone, my mobile phone all the time. WhatsApp is bothering me, or Twitter is bothering me, or there is an email coming to me. Now the information bombardment is so humongous in nature. There has to be some kind of a self-regulation which is required, rather than somebody imposing a regulation on you. So that kind of awareness, I think we need to spread in the society so that they have a limited exposure rather than complete exposure to that. And so this is one area which I see is a very serious intrusion into the into the society at large. I mean, coming to the other laws, like for example, the point was raised about the print media. If you see, there is no foreign print in the country. The FDI is permitted up to 26%. There has been deliberation to make it to 49% so that the control of FDI is retained in the hands of Indians only. Now the argument is that Indian should be the editor, Indian owner is more sensitive to Indian socio-economic realities, therefore it should be controlled by Indians. I think it's not a very tenable argument. It should be open to all, it should be open to 100% FDI in the print media, including electronic media. This 49% cap should go out. The reason is, there is no one censoring the media today. The media needs to also come under some kind of a censorship. The media can speak anything today. Amir Khan has made one statement on Tolerant India. You can see the kind of rage happening across the country. So, to what extent we need to, like especially there is a rule against seditions and all. But my thinking is that we should not even restrict to 49%. Let it come to 100% FDI. When we talk about Make in India, when we talk about 100% defense sector, why can't we talk about 100% in the FDI in the print media as well? You have seen the Times of India, Hindustan Times. These are the papers which have been dominating us for such a long time. And the news, how much it is distorted, it is in the hands of a very few media houses. So we are not getting a freedom of expression in a true sense. We are getting distorted views. We are getting a commercially driven views. We are getting a politically motivated news. So news has lost its life in the process. So we need an exposure. We need a higher degree of a competition in the print media. So we get to see a better access of information internationally, globally. We get to see the news which has a very little value, as a matter of fact. But those news are designed for different reasons. So we see there is a lot of rigging going on in the media sector, as well as in the electronic channel. So my view, when you ask me this question, my view is that why should we restrict it 26 to 49%? Let it be 100% FDI across the board. This is my view, and thank you very much for bearing me out. Thanks a lot.